And then you got to have something to bring home to your relatives, so you got to pick up a little high priest bobblehead doll, shaker globe of the temple, stuff like this. So they got very wealthy, and this is one of the reasons why Jerusalem, the earthly Jerusalem in the book of Revelation, is likened to a whore, because she was using her relationship with God for material profit. Okay. She was selling out, using religion for material gain. And that is a kind of harlotry. Okay? As I said, turning to the next page, harlotry is a kind of inverted nuptiality. It's like nuptiality turned on its head. Nuptiality is personal. You marry a person and you commit yourself to them. You don't marry just their body. You marry the person. Harlotry is impersonal. When a man goes to a harlot, all he wants is an experience. Okay? Doesn't really care about the personality of the woman. And pornography, bluntly, is just electronic harlotry. That's all that is. It's an impersonal experience. And it's the reverse of our relationship with God. It's the reverse of nuptiality. Nuptiality is about love, which involves suffering, of course. Right? Harlotry is about pleasure. I'm not a huge fan of Tina Turner, but she had this song a while back, "What's Love Got to Do with It?" And that song is really a critique of modern understandings and practices of relationships between men and women, where sex is pursued, for example, out of a context of love and out of a context of personal relationship. It's just an experience. Harlotry is about pleasure. In nuptiality, sex is a gift of self. You're giving the gift of your body to your spouse. In harlotry, sex is a sale of self. You're selling yourself to somebody for material gain. It's a form of materialism. You're making your body a commodity. And there's a certain parallel between true religion and false religion. In true religion, we're to sacrifice or give up the material, the bodily, in order to gain the spiritual, the eternal, what we could say is God. Give up the bodily or the physical to gain a person, to enter into communion with a person who is God. And so we deny ourselves and we embrace sufferings with Christ. And our goal is a personal relationship forever, what we call the beatific. There's all the trappings of religion and God and so on for material gain. And that was what was going on in Jerusalem. Taking people's religious affections and their religious zeal to come and offer sacrifice, and you're making a profit off of it. This is also what offended Jesus about the money changers in the temple, for example. Jesus reminds us to use things to get God. Okay? That's what Jesus tells us. Use things to get God. Don't use God to get things. The health and wealth gospel you see on television, Got to give big to get big. Send me in this donation today. Honor God with your money and see if He won't pour down blessings from heaven on you. It's health and wealth gospel. You send in your check and then you're supposed to, miraculously get $1,000 from your uncle or something next week. You get stories like that. Various other, but that's a misunderstanding of the gospel. It's, using religion for material gain. But Jesus tells us in Luke 12:32, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell your possessions, give alms, provide yourself with purses that do not grow old, with a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches and no moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also." Okay, that's basically the issue with the harlot. Now, as Dr. Petrius pointed out, and Dr. Hahn and others, the harlot is contrasted with the bride of the Lamb. So no sooner is the harlot destroyed in Revelation 18 than you start getting language about the bride of the Lamb. The earthly Jerusalem is being replaced by the church, by the new temple of the Holy Spirit. Revelation 12:1, then I saw a new heaven and a new earth, for the first heaven and the first earth had passed away, and the sea was no more. And I saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down to heaven from God, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. And I heard a loud voice from the throne saying, behold, the dwelling of God is with men. He will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself will be with them. Now that's a modification of ancient marriage language. In ancient Israel, when you get married, the man would write up a contract, and he would say, I will be your husband, and you will be my wife. And here we get a modification. They shall be his people, and God himself will be with them. It's taking from ancient marriage documents. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes, and death shall be no more. Neither shall there be mourning or crying, nor pain anymore, for the former things have passed away. This, folks, is a vision of intimacy and communion. He will wipe away every tear from their eyes. You know how intimate a gesture is that is? Do you let everybody touch your face to reach out towards you? If Michael Barber had, at lunch, kind of reached out towards my face, my Taekwondo instincts would have gone into effect. Ha!